Most people are stuck in life because they've been lied to. And I can prove it. They think that they need to figure things out before taking action. They believe that clarity comes from thinking, when in reality, clarity actually comes from doing. And the crazy part is that the longer that you wait, the worse it gets. Let me explain what this mind trap is and how I broke free from it, and how you can do the same as well if you are in this position as well. If you've ever had a great business idea, you've probably been through this cycle I'm about to tell you right now. You've gone down the rabbit hole of like obsessively researching, planning, getting all of the different resources that you think you need, maybe even using ChatGPT, every possible way to best execute what you're trying to do. You read out the perfect step-by-step plan, mapping out every little detail, and you're crafting the blueprint for what you think is going to be like the next Amazon, the next Tesla, or something like that. And then you get caught up in setting all the foundations, like the website, the branding, the perfect logo perhaps, and then before you know it, you didn't actually put anything out, right? You had a plan, but you finish the plan, you feel productive, and then you come back to it tomorrow to actually execute, right? And then sometimes, you come back to your plan, and then you're just like, oh, I can add this, I can add that, I can add this, right? You feel accomplished. You feel like you've done something important. So you leave execution for tomorrow. So, and the next day you think of even more ideas. You tweak your original plan, you research some more, and suddenly you're like overwhelmed with all these different ideas, all these different directions you can go in, when you could have just stuck with the plan and just went for it, And then before you know it, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and then your plan never happens. So what went wrong there? What happened? Why couldn't you actually make this idea into something that is now in reality? What happened there? Why did this happen? And I know some of you can relate to this. So the problem isn't the idea. It's the endless loop of overthinking that keeps you stuck. Here's the truth. Thinking doesn't solve problems. It creates new ones. Think about it. It creates new ones. You're not getting clarity because you're thinking too much. You're not lost, you're just not moving. You need to actually move forward with your plans, your ideas. You need to keep going, move forward. So instead of a grand idea or plan, what you need is an action plan that forces you into clarity. Because you don't need to find the right path, you need to start walking. And that's what I'm going to give you. So let me tell you a story. I remember back in high school, this was a few years ago, I started a sound pack company. So I was a producer from all the way from 8th grade to I still am. I produced a beat like an hour ago. I've always been a producer. That's always what I liked. So I decided, my first business is going to be a sound pack company, because I know how to make beats. And if I know how to make beats, I know how to sound design as well. So I decided to do that. So I remember sitting down, making my plan, making the business model. I researched all the different ideas, the product, what kind of products I should do. I even outreached to a bunch of people, and I asked them if they want to join me. I got a few people, I got them on a call. I made a slide presentation. I sent it to all of them, and I got 2 people on there. I got 3-4 people, and they stayed on with me. I still had one person who was a great person. He was really good at working with me on this business, and he had great ideas. But what I noticed is that most of the time, what I was doing was I was researching and planning to feel productive. I remember I'd come home late at night, and I just research, plan, do this, I'm gonna do this, do that. When I wasn't really doing as much as I could. In the beginning of the business, I was doing a lot more, but I didn't have anything in the beginning. I didn't have anything at all. And then it got to a point where I built more, and eventually what happened was that I was so scared of losing what I already had that I just felt like I couldn't make the wrong step in the wrong direction. So I need to plan perfectly. And then eventually I just got completely overwhelmed. I had to make the website, I had to make the sample packs, I had to do this, and I just kept researching how to do this, do that, do that. And then I had too much to do. So I did nothing valuable. I didn't do anything to actually push the business forward. After a while, I finally had a product. After it took a long time, I finally had the product. So I put a product together. I researched $100 million offers, how to do this, how do I build a Grand Slam offer and all that. I put it together. When I thought I finished the product, I came back the next day, like, let me add one more thing. This isn't perfect. And I was being stubborn. I didn't realize that I don't need the perfect plan. We need to start advertising. And I gave up for the wrong reason. I gave up because I thought the market wasn't good. I thought it was too oversaturated. I thought it was horrible. I thought I couldn't do it because music production is too oversaturated. You can't do it. All that. I give myself every excuse to not succeed except myself. And the realization I have now is that if I actually just finished the product and I started moving in the direction that would actually get eyes on my product, I would be a lot further ahead. I would be a lot further ahead than I would have been now. What happened was that I was overthinking and I didn't move forward. This is what kills you. This is what kills business. This is what kills fitness. This is what kills almost everything in life. Overthinking, not moving forward. Now, let me tell you another story, okay? This is a little bit different, okay? Last year in May, I started my life insurance license. I got my life insurance license, right? And I decided to move down to Florida with my brother because he was going to start his own life insurance agency. He decided to go to Tampa, Florida. I decided to come with him. So I went down there, and I'm not going to lie, I was really bad at sales. I was horrible. I was very bad. I tried, but I didn't try as best as I could. And the reason why is because I didn't fully commit to it. I didn't fully commit to the idea of doing life insurance sales. Sissy stuff. Like, there's no reason for me to actually have that mindset. And at the end of it, in October, when I decided to leave, I realized I had a lot of reflecting to do. So I went home. My brother stayed in Florida. I came home, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna start my journey of pure self-improvement. I'm gonna do the exact Hamza method. I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna go monk mode. I'm gonna work out every single day. I'm gonna get my health in perfect order. And don't get me wrong, I did this for a good 2 weeks. After that, I missed one workout, another one missed, and before then, I realized that I was just sitting on my bed all day. I wasn't doing anything. I was just laying there, not drinking water. I was doing all the bad habits that I knew I shouldn't have been doing. I was scrolling on my phone for at least 8 hours straight, and I told myself I'm gonna become this person, right? And sometimes I wake up in the morning, I wake up, I tell myself I'm gonna do something productive. I'd read a little bit, I'd meditate, try to find clarity on what the next step should be, what business I should start, and I couldn't find it. And the reason why is because I was paralyzed to make the wrong step again. I was paralyzed. So in January, it's a new year, my brother came back from Florida because the office that he was working at it was moving nearby to us. So he came back and he told me, he's like, Connor, are you ready to lock in? Like, I know for a fact you weren't doing anything here while you're gone. I know you were making any sales. I know you weren't. I literally see your comp charts. Like, you literally made nothing. You literally made not even one sale. And he's like, are you ready to go full in? I'm like, I was nervous. I'm like, I don't want to make the wrong step. I don't even know if life insurance is for me. And I'm like, well, there is no other choice. There is no other choice, you know? I could either do college or I can do life insurance and actually start building the skills I know I need for the future. So if I go to college, I already know I'm gonna start going back into the college kid habits that I do not want to go back to. So next week we started back again, and for a month straight, I came to office every single day except Sundays, and I sold as much as I could. And I surprised myself. I sold 10K of business in 1 month. I had more money than I had before I came to Florida. And that I realized all I had to do instead of thinking on what you need to do, is just pick something that can get you the furthest. You think that can get you the furthest, and stick to it and be consistent. That's all you have to do. Then again, remember, the reason why I grew was because I wasn't thinking. I just did something and did it for a long time until I improved. So then again, it always comes back to this thing of don't think, just do. If you don't do anything, you're just gonna be miserable. So here's the big lesson. Overthinking is just fear in disguise. Clarity comes from action, not before. And the only real failure is quitting too soon. I quit life insurance too soon. I quit sound dev too soon. The worst thing you can do is wait for the perfect plan, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The only way to figure things out is do something consistently. So in the beginning of the video, I promised you guys a 3-step action plan to stop overthinking today. So step 1, get a pen and piece of paper out. You're gonna write these down so you can actually apply them. Step 1, pick one thing that you know will get you far. Not in business, it doesn't have to be business. It can be fitness, it can be, I don't know. The only thing I care about is fitness and business. That's it, that's all I care about. So pick one thing that you'll know that'll get you further in life than you already are. Pick one thing and do it every day for 90 days and do it every day consistently. Pick something and stick with it. Number 2, I know a lot of you are thinking like, oh, if I do fitness, I don't know if I can stay consistent. The reason why you do that is because you're not confident in yourself. But confidence comes after taking action and not before taking action. So you have to take action before you feel ready. So do it before you feel ready, and make no excuses tomorrow, none. And number 3, at the end of each day, do not evaluate your progress every day. Don't do that, because you're gonna see back each day and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm not where I want to be. This is never gonna work. But what you need to do is look at the month, look at the week. What did I do well? If you do it every day, you're not gonna see the results. And if you evaluate that day and say, this isn't a good day, I should probably quit, you're not gonna make it to where you wanna be. In sales, the last week I literally I know that you're gonna be like, oh, only this much, but compared to other people, it's not that much. Last week I only made 1,500, which I made the week before that I made 8K. I literally lost a deal that was 3K like this last week. It was just a horrible week. But I know in the future, like if there's bad days or bad weeks, there's also gonna be great weeks. There's also gonna be great days, great months. So you need to just stay persistent and keep going even when it's hard. So do not evaluate your days or your weeks, evaluate your months and your years. Think long term. But as far as that, everyone, that was my advice for today. I'm gonna try to do this more consistently. As far as that, just subscribe to my channel. And then if you want, you can comment as well, like whatever. Just subscribe to my channel and that should be it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.